1.05. If the RBT's ethical responsibilities conflict with the employer's policies, RBTs must bring the conflict to their supervisor's attention, document that they did so, and document the resolution. What does this mean for you? You should be able to identify when an employer's policies or requests are against the RBT's ethical code of conduct. It is your responsibility to bring this up to the attention of your supervisor immediately. This process must be documented from the beginning of the report to the final resolution. 1.06. RBTs avoid multiple relationships with clients and supervisors. If they find that multiple relationships have developed due to unforeseen circumstances, they must inform their supervisor and work to resolve it. If the multiple relationship involves their supervisor, the RBT should report it to the person to whom their supervisor reports. 2.04. RBTs do not accept gifts from or give gifts to clients. Let's watch a video. After the video, please identify if the therapist violated the code.
Mel, her dad, and her therapist are all at home.
Nice job jumping rope!
At the same time, Dr. Lee, Mel's dad, received a phone call from the hospital where he works.
Dr. Lee, there's a patient in emergency room. Could you come to the hospital as soon as possible? We need your help.
Oh no, I'll be right there, but I need to ask someone to take care of my child at home.
After the session was over.
Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you for coming. As you know, my wife is out of town and I just received a phone call from the hospital. I need to go there right away for an emergency with one of my patients. There's no one I can ask for help, so I was wondering if you could do me a favor to take care of my child for a few hours. I'll pay you extra.
I'm sorry to hear your patient has an emergency. Well, I don't have any plans this night. I could stay here if you really need me to.
Great, I can pay you $20 an hour.
Okay, that sounds fair. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Then the therapist stays with Mel at her home.
Please answer the question. Does the therapist violate the code? Yes or no? If you said yes, you're right. The therapist was in a dual relationship after she agreed to serve as a babysitter for the client. What should you do in this case if you are the therapist? Would you say to Dr. Lee, A, I'm sorry, I cannot stay after the session. I am not allowed to be alone with your child. It is against policy. B, sure, I can stay, but you don't need to pay me. Or C, no, obviously I cannot stay. That's not my job. If you said A, you are correct. The answer is A. I'm sorry, I cannot stay after the session. I am not allowed to be alone with your child. It is against the policy. Why is a multiple relationship harmful to the client? If you agree to get paid by clients, there may be an expectation to return the favor. This may impact your professional judgment when you work with a client at a later time. There are different types of multiple relationships: friendships, work relationships, or romantic relationships. How do you deal with multiple relationships? The RBT can only enter into a work relationship with either supervisors of the agency or the families being served. If this code is suspected to have been violated, inform your supervisor right away to help you resolve the issue. If the other individual is your supervisor, you will need to contact the person who supervises them. 1.07. RBTs do not engage in sexual relationships with clients or supervisors. RBTs refrain from sexual relationships with former clients or supervisors for at least 2 years following the date the working relationship ended. What does this mean for you? You should avoid engaging in any sexual behaviors with the supervisor or anyone from your client's inner circle. For example, don't use your position as an RBT as a way to form a romantic relationship with coworkers or clients. A relationship is allowed after 2 years following the date of the work relationship ending. 1.08. RBTs recognize that their personal problems and conflicts with others may impact their ability to perform their duties and refrain from providing services when this is the case. 1.09. RBTs follow through on obligations and contractual commitments with high quality work, and they do not make commitments they cannot keep. What does this mean for you? Take proper care of yourself if you are sick, injured, anxious, or experiencing family conflict. Experiencing any of these could make it difficult for you to provide the best possible care to your clients. Be sure to communicate with your supervisor if you need some time off. If you're feeling annoyed or upset at how a parent or your client has been interacting with you, you should report this to your supervisor to resolve the issue.